How is insurance fraud sentenced? Have you ever wondered what happens to someone caught committing insurance fraud? The world of insurance fraud sentencing is quite fascinating and complex. Let's break it down together. Insurance fraud involves intentionally providing false information to an insurance company for financial gain. This can mean exaggerating a claim, filing a fake claim, or lying during the application process. Because it is a deceptive act aimed at financial benefit, the legal system takes it very seriously. The sentencing for insurance fraud can vary widely based on several factors. These include the jurisdiction where the crime occurred, the amount of money involved, and whether the case falls under state or federal law. Generally, insurance fraud can be classified as either a misdemeanor or a felony. Felony charges usually come with harsher penalties. At the state level, penalties often depend on the dollar amount of the fraudulent claim. For smaller amounts, offenders might face fines and short jail sentences. For example, claims under a few $100s could lead to a few months in jail. However, for larger amounts, the consequences become much more severe. Some states can impose sentences of up to 20 years in prison for fraud involving tens of thousands of dollars or more. Additionally, restitution is commonly ordered, meaning the offender must repay the amount they defrauded. When it comes to federal law, the penalties can be even harsher. Under federal statutes, individuals convicted of insurance fraud can face prison sentences ranging from 1 to 15 years. The severity of the offense and its impact on the insurance company play a significant role in determining the sentence. In cases where the fraud threatens the financial stability of the insurance company, the maximum sentence can increase to 15 years. Federal sentencing guidelines also take into account various factors. These include the sophistication of the scheme, efforts to evade law enforcement, and the use of false documents. Such factors can lead to increased offense levels and longer sentences. Sentencing guidelines for fraud offenses often include enhancements for actions like relocating the fraudulent scheme to avoid detection or using advanced methods to carry out the fraud. These actions can increase the severity of the sentence. The guidelines also ensure that even less severe cases receive appropriate punishment through minimum offense levels. In practical terms, the goal of sentencing for insurance fraud is to punish the offender, deter future fraud, and compensate victims. This includes insurance companies and policyholders who ultimately bear the cost of fraudulent claims. From a true crime perspective, insurance fraud cases highlight the intersection of financial crime and the legal system's efforts to maintain integrity in insurance markets. The complexity of these cases often requires thorough investigations and expert testimony to prove intentional deception and quantify losses. So, the next time you hear about an insurance fraud case, you will have a better understanding of how the sentencing process works and the serious implications it carries.